Greetings, it's your girl Tenacity, and welcome to my world. This IG caption is called The Death Trap. Proverbs 6:2 says that we are snared by the words of our mouth. Now, we all know this very well. You know, what do you say about people? What do you say over people? How do you speak over your children, your grandchildren? You know, sometimes our jokes or our sarcasm goes to a level in which we cannot control sometimes, or we don't try anymore. But what you speak over people, it is very important. You can speak life or death over a person. I don't mean a literal death. I mean, actually, you can kill a dream. What are your intentions when you speak? You know, I was watching the story, one of them, the story of Noah the other evening. And it was like as soon as Noah had heard this voice from God telling him to build that ark, and he completed the ark. This story shows where other people from the town did come and join them on the ark. But right when the ark was finished and completed, a couple of days passed because he had to wait for the animals, the fowls, you know, the birds of the air, the fish. He had to wait for everything to load that ark. And some of those things were not in his control. He had one son that was not his biological son, but he had raised him from a baby. And he had taken a fancy to the young lady in town. And Noah knew why God had came to destroy the world. He was not pleased. And so the young man kept sneaking off and going into town at night, and while Noah was working. But to fast forward back to the completion of the ark, when Noah finished the ark, he was waiting on the rain. He got so frustrated based on what people were saying, the things that they were speaking over his vision, over the vision that God gave him. It had gotten so bad with the words that they laughed at him in town because he had to go and get that son, and that son wouldn't follow him. So he drowned with the rest of them because he listened to the wrong trap. The death trap, the sentence that we cause on another person, or we may cause on our children. I was talking to T. Larkin the other day, and she was just like, girl, I can't answer the phone right now because really I just don't even want to be mixed up in certain conversations because it's what I may say. See, sometimes your death trap is not yours, but it's a trap set to set you up. So yours become a trap. It's time to feed life into people, especially now in this season. It's a joke out here. B. Jazzy always says, if you want to get an encouraging word, go talk to Z. If you want to be a bank robber, she'll teach you, she'll encourage you to be the best bank robber that you could ever be. Not literally a bank robber. Now, I ain't got no plans for that. But the idea of, before I will say a discouraging word, I will push forth an encouraging word. So what are we doing with our death trap? What is snaring our words? What is tangling us inside conversations that we really don't need to be having? What is feeding your spirit? What is fueling you? What trap is set for you? I know, I'm finishing up dental work. It's a long journey for me because I had what you call periodontal disease at the age of 19. So I've been fighting this battle just to hold on to my teeth as long as I could. But you got people out there with veneers, and they got $3, $4, $5,000, not even on one tooth. But the nasty stuff that comes out of that perfect mouth is unheard of. I would rather work this way than to have a complete smile and work the opposite way with my death trap. How many people are you setting up with your words? How many people are you encouraging with your words? God is calling an order in this season. May you be in this country or another. It doesn't matter. What are the words that are coming out of your mouth? What are you speaking? You know that those little three monkeys, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. These three conjunctions are all together and they flow. Ear, nose, throat, all that kind of thing. What you hear affects you just as well as what you see. What you see affects you just as well as what you hear. But what you speak, ooh, that's an evil that rides with you. That's a spirit that rides with you. It rides with you. Because somebody literally spoke it from their mouth and over your life. What are you speaking? See, we've got too many generational curses to burn, because I know I've heard a lot in my past, and I'm sure you have too. But what are we trying to change? We're so busy trying to change the outside formation, the outside this, the outside that. What about what are we changing about the inside? The things that we've already ingested and the things that we need to repeat to others. What are we saying? It goes back to that caption, what are we eating? I mean, that spirit food. So the life brings, that tongue brings a life formation. It gives you life. It gives you something that will allow you to pass on to the next generation coming. What are you eating? What are you speaking? The tongue will give you life. Speak life over others. If it's a situation where a person dishonored you, honor them anyway. Don't get caught in the trap. It's your girl, Tenacity. Mind changing. Subscribe. Peace.